Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Look, I'm in my hotel room here in beautiful New York City. I've been having a lot of fun. Yes. But I also been working, reaching more women, touching more people. And what I wanted to do is to be able to go over with you the fourth step. You all know that you have to, when we meet on Saturday, you will be delivering your commercial. So don't think I've forgotten that. You need to deliver your commercial, and you need to do it in a way that projects you or talks about you in a way that you don't normally do. And the reason why we do that is because I want to work to get you in the habit of saying and having positive conversations about yourself in your head and with other people, and being unashamed to do it, unafraid to do it, because you really are a beautiful person. You have a lot going for you, things that you see and don't see. And so that's the purpose behind doing the commercial. Now, as we move into the fourth step, before I tell you what that fourth step is, I want to take a moment to go over why we've been doing what we've been doing. As you know, the first step of the total shift in perspective, it focuses on, number one, revealing your accurate location, and that's to get you to recognize that until you are honest about where you really are, nothing can really happen for you. If you really want help to come your way, if you really want people to be able to assist you, God to assist you, you need to give your accurate location so people can know where you're at. Then the next thing we said, look, we talked about the idea of asking resourceful questions. And what you found out was that every time you're asking questions that don't move you in the direction of what you want, it's really a non-resourceful question. So if you look at the non-resourceful questions you're asking, and every time you hear yourself asking one, simply ask yourself, what do I want here? And then after you answer the question, what do I want here? Then create a question that moves you in the direction of what you want. Until you know what you want, you're not going to move anywhere. You're going to remain stuck. The universe is interested in one thing, and that is, what do you want? So as soon as you answer that question, the quicker you can move. The third step was, daring yourself to be unrealistic. And that's what the commercial is all about. But I wanted you to know that the whole scheme, the whole thinking behind the whole thing is to move you out of a lifestyle of resistance. Most women that you come into contact with, or that come into contact with me in the position I'm in, or come to me in a state of resistance. They are always opposing something. We have been taught to oppose this, to oppose that. And our life is characterized by what we are resisting, what we are staying away from, what we are not doing. But we are not characterized by the flow, what I consider the flow. What in your life are you really moving toward? What are you pro for? What are you for? What are you putting your energy into that reflects what you truly desire and want for your life? So everything that we do is designed to get you out of resistance and into your flow, into that spirit of your confidence, your belief in yourself, into the spirit of that your conversations in your head match what you desire for yourself truly in your heart. So if you notice something, being dishonest is like the first indicator that you're in resistance. Because when you are not honest, that means you're trying to hide something, so you're resisting some part of your life that you don't want anybody to know anything about. So you can't move forward. You can't move into your flow as long as you are being dishonest. And we talked about the idea of dishonesty is suppressing yourself. Anytime you suppress any aspect of your expression, you are practicing dishonesty, which is a sign, an indicator of resistance. The same thing with asking non-resourceful questions, indicators of resistance. And with the third step, you being normal and not doing anything that dares you to be unrealistic, it's all indicators of you being in resistance to your life, surviving your life rather than getting in your flow and learning to enjoy your life. So I want you to know that that's what I'm working you to. I'm working you to getting in your flow. And hopefully by the last step, by the step number 5, when we go over it on Saturday, you will be able to see how you can get into your flow. And I'm going to be talking to you a lot more about that on Saturday. But I need you to do this for homework. Here's step number 4. Step number 4 is simply this. You are going to make a decision to cut out all the bullshit in your life. Now I'm going to define for you what bullshit is. And it's imperative that you understand that I'm not using this word just for shock value. I'm using it because it has actual value. You use a lot of, you fill your communication with a lot of BS. Here's what BS is. Anything you tell yourself or anyone else that takes you off the hook for producing the results that you desire is bullshit. I'm going to repeat it. Anything you say to yourself or anyone else that takes you off the hook from producing the results that you say you want is bullshit. An example of bullshit would be excuses, pity parties, blaming, telling yourself disempowering stories, complaining about things and doing nothing about it. All of that is BS. BS comes from us becoming full of shit. Now, you've heard that story. You've heard that saying on the street when they say, boy, that person is really full of shit. What do they mean? They mean that they're so backed up with stuff that they really haven't done, that they talk about doing, and so what they're saying doesn't amount to anything. Now, this is how becoming full of shit happens. We all have desires, and our desires don't go anywhere until we fulfill them. Some of us have been holding back on desires we've had for years and never done anything about it. Imagine a traffic jam, for example, and you're riding down the highway and the cars are piled up for days. And when you finally make it to the top, you discover that there was one car that stopped. That one car that stopped caused a complete traffic jam for miles. This is how your desires work. When you have a natural desire that you suppress because you're so concerned about what everybody else thinks, it creates a spiritual traffic jam within you, causing spiritual constipation. That spiritual constipation causes you to become what we classify on the street full of shit. Meaning you're saying stuff, but you're not doing anything about it. So BS is a result of you being full of shit. So when we get in the flow, what we're doing is we're getting into fulfilling our desires. We're getting into, being one with our lives and not being concerned about what everybody else think about us more than we're concerned about our happiness and following our heart. So for homework, what you're going to be doing is looking in your life and seeing where the BS is. Identifying specifically where the BS is, and then asking yourself, why are you communicating BS in this area of your life? Why are you suppressing yourself in this area of your life? Why are you saying things that take you off the hook from producing the result you desire? I want you to do that and be prepared to discuss it on Saturday in addition to you talking about your commercial, because you're still going to do it. All right, that's all I have to say for right now. I'm sorry you missed the class. You need to start learning to give your word and keep your word to what you say you're going to do. That's so important at the next level. If you want to get into your flow and have the life that you truly desire to live, you got to learn to keep your word, give your word, and keep your word. So I'm going to say that, and I'm going to shut it down. I'm excited about seeing you. I'm glad you're in the class. And, some of you are in the course and some of you still in the class. But that's a whole nother conversation. I will be talking to you on Saturday. Peace and blessings. I'll look forward to seeing you then.